Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
New computer model data coming in just now, even as I speak, is showing that we're still on track for some severe storms tomorrow evening, but I'm noticing one very important change that's going to make a difference for some of you. I'll have the details coming up.
We begin, though, with thousands of students returning back to school tomorrow amid a lot of uncertainty about the upcoming school year. Each district now has its own plan with the goal to try to keep students safe and in the classroom this fall.
Cases are rising. The last update from the state came Friday with an average of more than 2,200 cases per day over a two-day period, I should say. Priya Mann is live tonight. Priya, you talked with parents. How are they feeling about the start of the school year?
Well, Kim, Sandra, a lot of the parents we spoke to were in favor of in-person instruction, but there are a lot of concerns about possible outbreaks and quarantines and what this upcoming school year will bring.
Last year was tough, but I'm really happy this year to go back to school.
She's starting fourth grade on Tuesday, and like most Metro Detroit counties, masks will be mandatory.
I feel like having masks on will be like a little bit too much, but it's still a pandemic going, so we have to keep on masks.
Her mom works full-time and struggled juggling daycare last year.
In person is better, much better. We're gonna get masks and we're gonna do school in person, much better. Look, much better. Tell them.
Much better.
With thousands of students set to begin in-person classes on Tuesday, parents have mixed feelings.
It's not gonna be the same for kids this year.
I feel like it's a rush. I think that we should just wait.
I prefer hybrid, half and half. Because, kids need to be around other kids. But at the same time, because of the virus, it's, like a 50-50 thing.
Hopefully they having everything sanitized. Like he said, not bringing anything back home.
Children under 12 are not eligible for the vaccine, causing concern about an uptick in cases.
I think it's going to be a big storm that's going on, and more people getting the virus.
My child not bringing home the virus, that's really the main concern. Outside of that, just their safety just in general.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of uncertainty for this upcoming school year. Of course, the CDC continues to recommend wearing masks, social distancing, and washing your hands frequently. Reporting live in downtown Detroit tonight, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Yeah, all right, Priya, thank you.
Well, it's been a beautiful Labor Day, but Paul is tracking a storm threat coming up for tomorrow.
That's right. So, Paul, are these storms something that could move in while the kids will be at the bus stop tomorrow?
Well, possibly, but not for the morning bus stop. Everything's quiet, nice, cool, and crisp. 85 for the afternoon bus stop, but notice I've added a little lightning bolt here, and there's a reason for that. New computer model data is coming in, and that has accelerated the timetable just a hair, maybe just an hour or two, and some other models are not quite this fast, but still at 3 o'clock, notice well north of I-69, there are these storms coming in. And so we're going to come back in a few minutes and we're going to break down this timetable hour by hour as it comes down across the area. But the bottom line is that the entire area is under a risk for severe storms. The best chance is the farther north and the farther west you get in the area because of the earlier timing of the storms during the hottest part of the day. So again, we're going to come back in a few minutes and we're going to break this down hour by hour for you. We'll see you back then.
Okay, Paul, crews go door to door today urging evacuations as the state monitors the hazardous fumes in Flat Rock. The gas leak started last week at Ford's Flat Rock assembly plant. Officials have identified 2 zones that are potentially exposed to dangerous benzene fumes from the leak. Hotel vouchers are being handed out at the Flat Rock Community High School for evacuated residents. Some say their neighborhood has been hit hard.
After this many days and recollecting that I had a migraine Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then today I was dizzy, so I just said, maybe it's best that we get out of here.
Residents are being warned if they smell a chemical-like odor to call the city's fire department. If they smell fumes or feel sick, they should call 911. Meanwhile, Ford has set up a $1 million reimbursement fund for displaced families.
A murder investigation underway now on Detroit's west side after a man is shot and killed while driving along I-96. Victor Williams is there along the freeway where all lanes are now back open.
Very big difference from what we saw earlier. As you can see, traffic is now flowing once again normally after this fatal freeway shooting took place in broad daylight.
The eastbound lane of I-96 and parts of Greenfield Road shut down for hours as police investigate the death of a young man shot and killed on the freeway. Witnesses say they heard shots fired on the interstate and then saw the victim exit the freeway at Greenfield. Apparently, he only had enough strength to make it to the street where he crashed. The 25-year-old victim from Novi was found by a patrolling officer in this black Monte Carlo riddled with bullets. Unfortunately, by the time he was transported to a nearby hospital, he was pronounced dead. Investigators are under the impression this was a targeted shooting, but police are asking for the public's help in ultimately solving who's responsible for killing this man while he was behind the wheel. Anyone with information is asked to call Michigan State Police at 734-287-5000.
And all of this remains under investigation, but we'll keep you updated on any developments that happen in this situation. Victor Williams, Local 4.
Okay, Victor. Federal regulators are considering the possibility of authorizing a booster shot within the next few weeks.
President Biden initially planned to roll out booster shots for Pfizer and Moderna at the same time, but now the administration is hoping booster shots will be able to start September 20th for anyone who received a dose of the Pfizer vaccine, while Moderna's may end up rolling out a few weeks later after that. The U.S. recommending an additional shot 8 months after the second dose. Today, Dr. Anthony Fauci appeared on CNN saying he believes a third dose of the vaccine may be necessary.
We need the boost because ultimately it may turn out, Jim, that the ultimate proper immunization regimen is a 3-dose regimen. Remember, we made it a 2-dose regimen. We were dealing with an emergent situation. We needed to get those vaccines out because they were life-saving. And in fact, they have been life-saving. What we're observing now, not only here in the United States, but in other countries, including Israel and the UK, that the durability of the protection tends to wane, particularly in the context of the Delta variant.
62% of the U.S. population so far has had at least one COVID-19 shot. 53% of the nation fully vaccinated now, according to the CDC. A few real-life Rosie the Riveters are celebrated this Labor Day in Ypsilanti Township.
The annual Ring a Bell for Rosie honors the sacrifices and determination of the greatest generation. During World War II, women stepped up to fill positions that were traditionally occupied by men, such as working heavy machinery and taking roles in lumber and steel mills. 8 Rosie the Riveters, now in their 90s and triple digits, were honored today for their role in helping win the war.
We recognize the fact that we were put to work to get our men home. They were coming home in boxes, husbands, sons, brothers, and I think that was the main thing about the Rosies working in the plants, is that they wanted to get their men home.
Absolutely, and Ypsilanti Township is the home of Rosie the Riveter and is the location of the historic World War II Willow Run bomber plant. Still ahead, it's a problem Metro Detroit drivers know all about.
How one driver is protesting potholes and now getting national attention for it.
And tragedy at a popular theme park. The investigation now underway after a little girl is killed on a thrill ride.
But first, millions lose their federal unemployment benefits. Help me, Hank, here with more on what you need to know about some of the big changes. Up next.